Hi, I'm Lou, another episode of The Wizard's Life. Check into that. And one of the things you need to know when you meet the wizard is you don't have to think anymore, because when you ask the question to the wizard, you'll know he's well thought it out, so you can just move through life. So knowing the one rule to the game, that the wizard's always right, our new guest today is Paul. Paul, what's your last name?
Wyner.
Paul Wyner. Now, Paul, tell us just a bit about you. What brings you here today?
Curiosity.
Curiosity's good.
Work-wise, I am senior managing director of a mortgage banking wholesale company. So
you're a tax-paying citizen here in our country.
I am indeed.
There you go.
And I have been involved in actionvision and synergy solutions for about 20 years, off and on.
Okay.
And I have never had the opportunity to meet the wizard. I've heard all kinds of things about the wizard. So Curiosity brought me out to
Well, thanks for coming
see what the
out.
wizard's all
Okay,
about.
so you can let it fly at whatever level you want. Think of it kind of like a ladder. You can ask kind of a question too, like a low-level question, kind of an easy, soft pitch for you. And if you feel more comfortable to share like a 10, like, something very deep, you can do that. How would you like to approach it today?
Well, we can start with the elephant in the room. So we'll start with procrastination.
Procrastination. Go ahead.
Yes.
Why don't you ask the wizard
So-
your question about procrastination? Is this for you specifically, or?
Well, it can be, but it's
Is it for
kind
your
of
wife?
It's kind of universal.
Okay.
I am divorced.
All right. So it could have been
Thanks for
for her.
bringing that up.
All right, no problem. All right, so hey, it happens,
okay.
right? I mean,
Not
that's the
bitter.
way it works. So this might help you with the next girl. Bingo, girls, he's single. Okay, so and he's a tax-paying American. All right, so here we go. Nice hat too, by the way. All right, so with all that being said, so Paul's eligible and he's learning about procrastination because he wants to better himself. Would that be fair?
That would be fair.
Okay, wizard, or Paul, question for the wizard?
Yeah, so the question is universal. So why do people procrastinate as an overarching theme? And then specifically, box. Box has materials in it. Box was just opened now to get the materials out of the box. So I've had the box for 30 days.
So let's go ahead and talk about the first one, because the first one's a lot easier.
Okay.
Procrastination.
Procrastination.
Why do people procrastinate?
Here we go.
Okay, if you haven't done your life GPS, so it's life, your personality assessment takes 17 seconds, there's no cost. Go to www.life-gps.org, life-gps.org,
Be down in the details of the text.
and then you just go through it, it's very quick. If you chose the cube or the ball, then I'll give you an answer, okay? And so the reason you procrastinate is because you wait on things, you want things to be perfect, you're afraid that, maybe somebody might be offended or hurt or something like that. And so that's often why you're procrastinating. And especially if it's a task, tasks are not nearly as important as people, or if you're not sure, if you're afraid of making a mistake or something like that, that's why you procrastinate.
So would you consider yourself, Paul, somewhat of a perfectionist?
At times.
Okay. So if you're a perfectionist, then one of the challenges is that a lot
Why
of
are you sharing this?
well, talking with Paul for a moment.
There's 10 reasons actually why you share.
We're not going to go through all 10 because that's another episode for you. We're just going to stop talking. Let the wizard continue on. But I was going to join in for a moment. Bad move. Go ahead, wizard. Continue on with Paul.
You're the sidekick. Okay?
I felt kicked right on the side.
Okay, so if you chose the pyramid or the wavy line, the reason that you procrastinate if you're a pyramid is because it's not a high enough priority.
Okay.
If you procrastinate because you're a wavy line, it's because it's not fun.
Okay.
Now, if one other rule.
Is any one of these resonating with you right now?
Oh, they're not fun.
It's not fun. All right,
It's
well,
not
can we
fun.
stay on that one then? Because that's going to directly help Paul.
Right. So the one thing that, Lou, just a side note, Okay, listeners, don't pay attention to this, just don't watch this, okay? Lou's a little insecure.
Okay, sorry.
And he
As we
has,
can tell.
and he doesn't like the wizard's best friend to be brought up in our conversations, cause it kind of threatens him as the sidekick.
Fair.
You know, but you know the wizard's best friend very well.
Correct.
And so, you know, not for Lou. Lou's not listening because, again, he's a little insecure about that relationship and everything. He thinks that, you know, he's my best buddy because he's a sidekick, which he really is. But the wizard's best friend, like, what do you think of the wizard's best friend and why?
Huh? What?
Well said. Back to the problem. So let's go back to the circle.
Well,
which was what
I'm
you were
afraid to
saying.
listen to you because I'm getting the stink eye from the wizard,
Well,
so
that's
I
all
should
right.
answer him.
Stay focused on me for just a second.
Okay.
So wizard, help us with, he said specifically the circle. Help him if he was
No,
a
I didn't say
circle.
the circle.
What-
Wavy line.
The wavy line, that it's,
Yep.
that,
Fun.
that's not fun.
So Lou has to get over this.
Can we just go right to Paul right now and get over Lou?
See, Lou has to get over this. You can see his insecurity coming out. Like, he doesn't want, and most of the time I'm sensitive to,
Lou's gonna check his phone for a minute.
I'm sensitive to his insecurities, you know, so normally I don't bring up my best friend, because it's like, oh, so you've met
Yes.
my best friend, so tell our listeners, like, what do you think of my best friend? Like, Mark,
Brilliant man whose insight to behavior, to processes, to almost anything is astounding. Truly an amazing individual. Selfless. I mean, I can go on, you know, for hours with plateaus and adjectives, but he's just a pretty remarkable person. Period. Glad I have him in my life.
and he's been there for how long?
About 20 years.
And so, you know, that connects back into what's in the box and action vision. And so action vision is helping somebody discover their life vision, like why they were put on this planet. And, you know, one of the reasons he's my best friend is he's so humble. Like, he's obviously not as humble or smart as I am, like, hello, but he is, you know, he's pretty smart for a human being, and he's super, super, super humble. I mean, I can't, and so it's like sometimes he doesn't communicate, you know, clearly, and so he's built this entire system.
And what is that system, wizard?
Well, it's called action vision, and so it's being able to discover your life vision, and then, you know, what actions are required to achieve that life vision. Like, I've created as a wizard so many things in life. Like, so many things. Like, it's crazy. Have you created anything?
I have 2 children.
Okay. Anything else?
Couple of businesses.
Okay. All right. So you have some appreciation as to the work it goes into raising children, investing into them, pouring your heart and soul into them, being devastated and hurt by them, or business, the same thing. And so imagine, like the thing is my best friend, it's like he can see into the very soul, the very essence of what an individual is, and sees them in a way that they don't see themselves.
How do we get to Paul and his fun situation?
Well, that's a part.
We want that part.
Do you know why?
Because he's right there.
No, it has nothing to do with him.
Oh, I thought it was all about our guest.
No, it's all about you.
Sitting right here.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's about
So-
you.
No,
That's,
let's focus, zero in.
I know, that's what I'm trying to do, but you're taking the focus off of him and bringing it to you. I mean, you do that, which is fine, because that's what it is. But see, if Paul discovers his life vision and then figures out the actions to it, and so, like, I mean, we could make him laugh and we could make him on all of this, and
That would be
Lou would
fun.
like that.
Yeah. And
Which
Paul
would-
would like it, that whole laughing part.
Right, and
Yeah,
that's
we're both
what.
good. Me and Paul are good.
Right,
That's
right,
fun.
because you guys are all about
We're
like
having
and not
fun.
about love. You guys are all about surface and temporal and superficial things, not about things of significance. It's like, why are you even on the show? Like, why do you even bother? The wizard should just get up and leave and have you two have fun.
So far, that sounds kind of fun, actually.
Right, it
But
does. Right,
We're going to help Paul.
but it
Yeah,
won't be the way you
You're
want
going to
it.
help Paul.
See, so Paul has deep understanding into the unbelievable power of pain.
Okay, good. But he wants to get away from unbelievable power of pain. He likes that fun category. And I'm in for Paul with the fun category.
No, he doesn't want that. He wants to go ahead and focus on the pain.
No, I'm pretty sure he wants the fun part.
Can you help to remind him, please?
Got nothing. It never happens. I've got nothing.
Okay. The wizard's always right.
The wizard is always right.
That's rule
So
number
yes,
one.
Paul wants to focus on the pain.
Paul's pain is really so much pain that it's fun now.
Right. Okay. All right. So I don't know how the sidekick can continue to forget the wizard's always. He reminds the guest, but then he forgets. Okay. So Paul, can you watch this?
I'm all over Paul.
Okay, watch this, because you're going to see something that's going to absolutely light this guy up. You ready? So explain to us how in the brain that the brain does not have the ability to go ahead and know the difference between getting hit in the head with a ball bat and traumatic experiences. Explain that.
You just did.
Well,
So,
the
I
history-
mean, so yes, we're learning, we research, doctors, scientists are learning more about the brain in the last 10 years than the previous 150 years. And one of the amazing things about the brain is its elasticity, its ability to change neural pathways, change experiences, how you experience things, how you feel things. So to the wizard's point, your brain, when it comes to pain, cannot distinguish literally between a physical, it could be a punch in the arm. Somebody could hit you, the signals go to your brain, resonates as pain. You can also have some kind of trauma, and it could be anything. You could have lost a job, a divorce, anything in your past or present. It could be
like a soldier on the battlefield seeing something.
yeah, seeing
that's traumatic.
something. So it doesn't have to be
a girl being sexually abused. I mean,
It could be anything.
it can be anything that's traumatic.
Correct.
And it's like getting hit in the head with a ball bat. Like the brain doesn't. Did you
Right.
know this?
So your brain could experience pain. Let's say in your shoulder, and you feel like, oh wow, I did bench presses today. I probably overdid it. I have pain in my shoulder. Your brain does not know that came from somebody punching you, or something that is in your subconscious that your brain is pretty clever. Doesn't want you to remember and think about traumatic events, so it creates pain. And your brain doesn't know the difference.
Have you ever had pain?
Of course.
Have you ever had mental trauma, emotional pain?
Yes.
One of the, like, we're not looking, Paul and those that are around him and the wizard's best friend are not looking to help somebody. They're looking at healing. Like, this is something, like, the medical doctors, where they've learned, more in the last 10 years than they have in hundreds of years.
Yes.
The wizard knew this.
Of course.
Of course. It's like, hello, why don't they listen to the wizard?
They're not on YouTube, but that's on this channel maybe, but.
I get it, you
Yeah.
know, and so,
So back to the fun.
so
We
the
got
fun,
the pain down. I've got his shoulder hurt. I've got his head hit
Right.
with a bat.
The
He saw
fun-
trauma.
when we have tremendous pain,
There's only one way up from there?
no,
Oh.
when we embrace that pain, when we live that pain, relive that pain,
It becomes fun?
it does, because we can help somebody else.
Is it like playing the game of war and you only have a 2? And everybody keeps like 3, 8, 9, you keep losing and losing and losing, and finally go, this is just fun. Like that?
It can be if you have enough pain. Wow. There's a
That's
fish.
like hitting your hand with a hammer like 50 times and going, hey, gee, it don't
No,
hurt no more. It's got to be
that's
fun.
not it at all. You don't get it. It's
No, I'm
fine.
not
I
getting it.
understand. And so there's a fish at the bottom of the ocean, deep,
Swimming,
deep.
yeah, fish,
and
got
that
it.
fish can go ahead and eat nuclear waste, and like they thrive.
Uh-huh. So how is this helping Paul's pain?
Because when Paul understands that the pain was a gift, he won't resist it, he'll embrace it. I know, if you haven't had that much pain, or you haven't dealt with your pain in the way that Paul will be dealing with his pain through the action vision,
Are you getting this yet?
Action vision, continue. Trying to
Are
connect
you
these.
getting how this pain is turning you into pleasure?
No.
This
I'm not.
sounds like a really bad. We
Have
are
you ever helped
G-rated.
somebody?
We are
Yes.
G-rated, right?
and how does that go ahead and feel?
It feels amazing.
Depends on who you hug, but go ahead.
So if you help somebody, it feels amazing.
Oh, if you help somebody, I thought you said hug somebody.
No, if you help somebody,
Help somebody.
it feels amazing.
So where does the smacking him in the shoulder, how does that help him get to the pleasure part?
Because when we understand,
I get the
that-
helping part.
When we understand that there is a purpose in our life, a vision in our life, that pain was allowed to go in there, we can't figure that out, but it's for our benefit and the benefit of other people. So, for example, again, you know,
Give me an example.
my best friend, like, so his daughter gave permission to share this. When she was 15 years old, she tried to commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty traumatic on a parent,
Very traumatic.
you know?
The trauma part I'm getting in
Okay.
this conversation.
So it
It's the
took,
fun
because
part.
he listened to the wizard,
Let's go right over the top.
because he listened to the wizard, he healed almost instantly, and he said, oh my gracious, there's an opportunity that I'm going to be able to feel people's pain that I'd never be able to feel, and that maybe I can actually help other people, young people, not go ahead and commit suicide. So his heart expanded massively to where now he has empathy and understanding that he never had without the pain. Now, he's not stupid.
No.
Could he go ahead? Would he like to have his heart, his passion, his insight? Would he like to go ahead and do all of that without the pain? Of course, but hello, we're not in a fairy tale, right?
Right.
So if the pain
We're
happens,
talking
rather
to a
than
wizard.
if the pain happens and we embrace that pain and then we look to leverage that pain, so Paul's in leverage, the course. What would you recommend? Would you recommend Lou get into leverage?
Absolutely.
You know, so when Paul connects the synapses in his brain to go ahead and look at that pain in a very different way, like, that's when he's going to have freedom, that's when he's going to heal, and that's when he's going to impact the world. And we got to go, like, now. So can you come back again?
I can come back again.
Thanks, Paul, for being on the channel.
Thanks, Lou.